So you need some text inside of your project. You could use LiveType, but LiveType takes quite a bit of time. The Final Cut Text Generator is a great tool to produce quick and clean text. You can locate your text generator inside of your viewer on the bottom right-hand corner. Simply click on the little button, go down to Text, and in this case we're going to select Text again. Once you've clicked on Text, you'll see the word Sample Text inside of your viewer. We want to go to the Controls tab. Once you hit the Control tab, you'll now have the option to write the text that you want to see appear. Click once, it highlights the words Sample Text, and go ahead and just type something. I'm going to type Studio 17. I'm going to hit Return and type the word Presents. Now from there, I can adjust the font, the size, and some other attributes. The default font is Lucida Grande, and if you want to change it, click on that area and you have a whole laundry list of different fonts to choose from. When doing text, you want big and bold, so I'm going to select Arial Rounded Bold. If I want to see how this text looks, I simply click back on the Video tab, and I can see it somewhat in the middle of my screen, not quite as large as I'd like it. So I'm going to go back to Controls and down to the Size area. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that I can see my size and the other attributes I can change on this text. First, I'm going to go ahead and make 3660. I can type, notice how big I want it there, or I can use this slider bar and adjust the size that way. I'll go back to Video, and you can see it's much larger now, and that's more of what I'm looking for. One of the best ways to find out all the little details that Final Cut Pro can do is to play inside of these windows. So go ahead and take a minute and move all these bars around on your text and find out what tracking does and leading and left alignment and all these different attributes. So I've got my Studio 17 Presents title just the way I want it, and I want to get it down into my timeline. But first I want to change the time, the length of this piece of text. By default, it's going to be 10 seconds. I'm going to make it 6 by clicking once and typing 6 seconds and 0 frames and hitting Enter. And then I'll take it by clicking it and I'll push it over into the overwrite area and it'll put it right in my timeline. If you want to change the position of your text, simply double click it inside your timeline and then move your playhead right over the top of it so that you can see it in your canvas. Go ahead and click on Controls and page down a little bit if you need to until you can see the word Origin. Click right here where this crosshair is. You'll see a red crosshair appear right in the middle. Go ahead and take your mouse and you have a white crosshair and click where you want the text to begin its origin. If you do it again, you can move it just about anywhere you want on this screen. The other very useful tool inside the Final Cut Text Generator is the lower third option. To get to the lower third, click on the Text Generator button, go down to Text again, and select Lower Third. Once you've clicked on Lower Third, again, go to the Controls tab and type in the person's first name, Will Smith, first and last name, and then their title. And I'm going to do actor for Will Smith. And you're going to go back to Video. And there's his title. You may want to spice this up a little bit and add a background. If you page down, you'll see an option for background. Select bar or solid. I'm going to go with solid. And then I'm going to go with a color. And I'm going to go with a hot pink. Maybe go with a dark red instead. And now if I go to Video, you'll see Will Smith actor with a darker red underneath it. Now I want to get my lower third onto my subject. To do that, I hold the mouse button down and drag it down into my timeline and place it right over the top of my subject. When sliding it onto my subject, I have to make sure that the arrow is pointing down, and I let go. If I put my playhead right over the top, I now have the look I'm going for. There really is a lot more that this Final Cut text generator can do. I've just shown you the basics so that you can get started.